I know that everybody in this room, like me, loves the city of New Orleans with all of our heart and all of our soul. I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to serve you. Being your mayor really has been the greatest honor of my life. It's a sacred trust. I promise to work hard every day and never take anything for granted. My main goal at all times is to create a city of peace, a city of opportunity and responsibility for all people, a stronger, more resilient city. It has been nonstop work since we took office 5 years ago. 5 years ago, we may not have been underwater, but our people were still scattered across the state, the region, and the nation. Today, though, we're one of the fastest growing cities in America. 5 years ago, we were divided, fighting each other, unable to find common ground. 5 years ago, many of our businesses still had not made it back. In many neighborhoods, there was virtually nowhere to shop, nowhere to eat. But today, our economy is growing. 9,100 jobs in 5 years, and we're in the midst of a retail and restaurant building boom. 5 years ago, we were like Detroit, on the verge of bankruptcy. Now we've gone from a massive budget deficit to a surplus. 5 years ago, we were either number one or number two as the murder capital of America. In 2014, we hit a 43-year low for murder. But let me be sure to say, one murder in this city is too many. We have got to keep at it to become a city of peace. 5 years ago in New Orleans, over 10,000 American citizens were homeless. Now we have reduced that number to 1,700, and we have also become the first city in America to essentially end homelessness for our men and women who fought to preserve our freedoms. 5 years ago, our school system was struggling to stand back up. Now, 90% of our public schools are public charter schools, and we are America's best example of what works in education. Everyone deserves to be treated fairly and with respect. Citizens and police. At all times, we should judge all people by their actions, not by what they look like, not by the color of their skin, and not by the uniform that they wear. We should never forget that every day the overwhelming majority of our police officers do the right thing, in the right way, for the right reasons. And the streets can be a dangerous place. We're reminded of this every day. Since 2011, 8 of our officers have been shot in the line of duty. And let us not only remember Officer Rodney Thomas, taken from us 2 years ago, but also Hano Officer James Bennett Jr., who just a few days ago in this city was assassinated as he sat in his patrol car. The loss and the pain is searing. Please join with me in a moment of silence for Officer Bennett. Thank you. We owe law enforcement a deep debt of gratitude for their service and their sacrifice. But here's the thing. I believe it's possible to be tough on crime and to protect and serve and honor our law-abiding citizens. We also must continue to build new solutions to combat chronic stresses like violence, poverty, and inequality. New Orleans, that takes us to another issue that we have to tackle in the next 3 years, and that is the issue of racial reconciliation. Now, when you think about the unrest in Ferguson, think about the unrest in Baltimore, take a minute and try to remember just a couple of years ago in Jena, Louisiana. There is a common thread that runs through all of these things, and it is the issue of race. All of us living today inherited this country's difficult history. And as mayor of this great city, and as a citizen, I feel the burden of the past. And I know that the only way that we can move forward is if we acknowledge this nation's original sin and try as best as we can to make amends and work together. But to heal our divisions, we have to be able to hear each other. We have to see each other. We have to understand each other. And we have to feel each other. And once we start to listen rather than speak, see rather than look away, we will realize a simple truth. We are all the same. We all want the same things: peace, prosperity, economic opportunity, and for our children to have a better life than we have. Now our path back is long, but we're on the way to a stronger, more resilient New Orleans. So here's the thing, New Orleans: be unbowed, be unbroken, be proud, Our best days are ahead of us. We just need to keep on going. May God bless the people of New Orleans, this great state, and this great nation. Thank you all so very much.